Welcome everybody and thanks for joining me for that end of year special where we're going to be making a drink, an actual Creole style punch, very tropical. And the reason we're doing this and what's the connection with French cooking is because France is not just about the continent. We have departments that are actually located in the Caribbean and in the Pacific. There's been a big influence about cooking, and of course these drinks play a big role when it comes to party times in France. So if you want to discover all the details on how to make your own Creole punch at home, well, keep watching. All right, so let's make our special Creole style punch. And when we say Creole punch, there's different names, and sometimes it's called the planteur or the planter's punch, I think, in English, that you may know, but there's really all kinds of recipes that exist depending on what island you're from, and etc., etc. But I'm going to try to give you a standard one that is commonly done. Now, the first thing you need to have is a large bowl like this. Very important, because once we've made the preparation, that has to macerate for 12 hours in the fridge. You never make the punch and drink it straight away. It has to macerate for all the flavors of the fruit and the things to infuse. Talking about fruits, these are the kinds of fruits you're going to be needing. Bananas is present in some recipe. I don't personally use it, so I'm going to discard it here. But mango, very important, pineapple, lime, orange. You got cinnamon for some flavoring, and fresh vanilla bean, very important. That's going to give a strong accent, and it's all about flavor, even for drinks. It's like cooking. If you want something good, you need some good stuff. Passion fruit, very important. The alcohol is rum, a white rum. Usually you have to get the one from the island and the recipe is from, so it can be a rum from Martinique, from Guadeloupe. But these rums are very, very strong, like 50 to 55% of alcohol, and for me it's too much, so I prefer personally to use a Havana Club, 3 years old. It's a white rum. It's only 37% of alcohol, which is not too bad. So you don't get as drunk as quickly, because this is really easy to drink, and before you know it, you have a few cups and you're like, hey, happy days. But that's for the alcohol. If you want, I'm going to use this, which is a pomegranate liqueur, just a drop of this for a nice intonation. And then, of course, the rest is the fruit juice. The important one is this one, guava juice. You need that. It really adds something special. And the rest is just orange juice, tropical juice, pineapple juice. But you can use pretty much anything that's kind of tropical. There's no real bound rule. If you can find mango juice, for instance, that can help. But you just stay in that kind of tropical theme. There's a bit of mise en place to do. And before we start, and that comes with the fruits, I'm going to show you exactly just a simple way of making these fruits for the punch. All right, so the pineapple, you move both hands. All what you need, basically, in this recipe is just to have little bits and pieces. The only thing in a pineapple that you need to know, I'm sure you know that already, is that the heart here, you don't want to have this in your punch at all, okay? So what you want to do is just basically cut your pineapple as small as you can, because a lot of time we tend to do massive chunks when it comes to fruits and when it comes to preparation. But remember, this is something you're going to have in your drink. So what I usually do is to get these, like a small piece of pineapple, then you're going to remove just the bottom hand. So make sure it's all chopped up. And even here, I'm going to go really cutting this into this kind of cube-like shapes, okay? And that's the kind of mix you want. You don't want a massive chunk of pineapple, because that will not fit. Imagine if you're serving in this. See, that's not big. If you start to have a huge piece of pineapple falling in your glass, it's not going to work. So everything is going to be that kind of cut, very small. Right, so I've got my pineapple here. It's already now. The other one, the mango, sometimes people think it's a bit hard. You need to know that the mango has got a long seed that is flat. Okay, and it takes all the way. So you can't cut your mango like this. I'm sure a lot of you know that already. So what you can do is you cut the end bit with the stalk was, so you know where the seed is. And the seed is going to be this way. So what you need to do is to go alongside the seed. So don't aim for the middle, because that's where the seed is. And it's quite thick. So you have to kind of slice here a little bit on the side. So it's never super precise, but you can kind of judge, and boom. you're going to have kind of a, a half a mango there. And from here, it's very simple. You do simple technique of doing this little, take the end of the knife, and I'm still going to try to go like that. I think it's a bit too ripe, that one. And then again, you go the other side, you do this little crisscross kind of shape. Okay? And you're going to have this kind of, they call it the hedgehog. The hedgehog things. And then we're using a spoon. I'm going to get a spoon there. We're going to basically, we're going to do this in that bowl, we're going to detach all of these just using a spoon like that. You can use a knife, but actually a spoon, you know what? It's kind of way easier. And you're not going to cut yourself or anything like this. And you detach everything and you put this in a bowl. So you do the whole thing for all the 2 mangoes. You can use 1 mango, 2 mangoes. Yeah, it's up to you, really. All right, so we've got the mango, we've got the pineapple, and now for the limes and the oranges, very simple. You just have to slice them and also make sure they are sliced thin. Try to get really, really kind of thin slices. Okay, that's going to be to throw over in the punch. Now, if you really want to have some, I usually don't do this to have this in your glass. You can cut them in quarters. So when you pour that, they can fall in the glass. But I don't find that very great. It's more for the maceration. So you're going to have these kind of nice slices like this. It's going to float around. So you do the same. 1 lime is usually, I think it will be enough. And 1 orange. That's it. You repeat the same thing with these slices. If the slices are too big for the orange, just cut them in half. Now finally for the small items, so the passion fruit, and we're just gonna empty the content into the punch, and you can keep a few for the decoration if you want. So the one we're gonna empty, you can just go this way, so it's gonna be easy to scoop with a spoon. I'm gonna scoop things out and put that in. And if you want to decorate or have pieces of it, then you cut it alongside the fruit like this, and you can cut this into quarters, and we're going to use these to decorate at the end. Just on top, it's going to look nice. So you got all this ready, 2 types of cuts ready, and we're almost finished. Now to finish, of course, the flavoring, very important. We've got the cinnamon bark here that have been, it's been washed. It's going to rinse them under cold water, and for the vanilla bean, always the same. You have to flatten it with your knife first, and then it's going to be sliced open, and we're going to basically remove the seeds that are inside. So when you get your halves like that, okay, you can detach them, and then the same thing, we're going to flatten it, and this is where you're going to push with your knife and extract all the seeds, and that's going to go into the punch. And here we are, so the mise en place is finished. I've got my bowl ready, I've got all of the fruits, and look at that plate of fresh fruit. It shows you the amount of work that still can go on for the mise en place, even when you make a simple drink like a punch. But these are going to guarantee that you've got really the authentic flavor. So we've got everything ready, and now let's assemble the punch. Now for the assembly, of course, this is the easiest part. Now you're usually going to be starting by adding all of the fruits in. So we've got a good amount of pineapple and a good amount of mango. Take a larger spoon and mix this together. All right, so since we are going tropical, I'm going to use a bit of a colorful spatula here. And basically, we're just going to start by mixing everything together. All right, very good. And immediately after that, you can start adding your juices. There's no real way. We're making 6 liters of that punch. So I'm going to start a bit of guava juice, maybe a bit of orange juice in there, and of course some tropical, but you get the idea, you put the juice in. Right, so all of my juice is in, and as you can see already, I got a nice color, but it's a little bit dull when it's like this, and a lot of people kind of stop at that stage and think, okay, the punch is made. Of course, we're going to add the alcohol now. So the alcohol, you use rum. You don't have to put too much. You can put like a bottle of rum maybe. That's it, easy. And if you want, and for the color, I'm using that pomegranate. Just a hint. A little bit like that kind of cocktail. Now the rum now immediately has transformed, this flavor. The fumes already starts with the rum in there. And you want enough rum, huh? It's not a fruit juice, huh? You have to keep this in mind, okay? And now we've got the base, so we've got the alcohols and the fruits. But now we need to add these extra ingredients that's gonna make the thing look good. Okay, so we're gonna start with our little passion fruits here. And all what we're gonna do is to get all of the seeds in there. That's getting better. We're gonna get our spatula here, make sure all the seeds are everywhere. Okay. Done. And now we're gonna add a few slices of orange in there, a few slices of lime. And these are the little intonations, so you're gonna have to, you kind of build, it's like a meal, it's like a plating. Yeah? You start to build your punch with enough nice flavors. It's for the looks, but that's gonna infuse as well overnight, huh? And make sure you have something a little bit more interesting there. Okay, let me add, now, boom, a bit of cinnamon. And of course, what we need as well is the vanilla. All right, so for the vanilla, like I showed you, we're gonna scrap these seeds of the vanilla pod here, the vanilla bean. You can make sure they're gonna spread them out. And then you're gonna put also all of the vanilla in. And you want to have like 1 or 2, you can put 1, but I like to put 2 to give a nice vanilla flavoring in there. To finish, of course, you're gonna stir the whole lot, make sure everything like the vanilla, and you got the seeds of the passion fruit, that everything mingles together. And just a little bit like that. And then we're about ready. So I'm gonna set it up, do a final shot, and I'll take you through about that macerating process. And here it is in all its glory, our Creole style punch is ready. I've put it on there in a nice view, so you can see the cups and everything. And I really think it's a statement piece when you bring this on the table. Now you can't drink it straight away, like I said, the maceration, this has to rest in the fridge overnight. So the best thing, you do it the day before, put it in the fridge, and when you're ready to get your party started, you bring this out, and honestly, look at that. The punch bowl is a statement piece. And with these little old-fashioned cups on the sides and the decoration with all the fruits, not only it's gonna give you a nice look, it's very appetizing, it's very inviting, people are gonna be like, wow, what is this? But also the taste is gonna be really authentic. Now, last thing, for the sweet tooth out there, if it's not sweet enough, you can use this, which is a sugarcane syrup. It's a clear syrup, and you can add a few drops of it to sweeten a little bit your punch. Some people do it, some people don't. For the serving, very simple. To finish the video, basically when it's done after 12 hours, you take this little cup and you can grab, this is the importance. Why are the fruits cut in very small pieces? Because look, now, when you serve this, you've got everything in there. You could grab some lemons or whatever, and I'm gonna put it in here. If you want, like I said, you don't have to. And look how elegant is it. And the taste is just gonna be amazing. So, cheers. But well, folks, that's it. That's the end of the video. And that is also the last video I'm gonna do to finish this year. So I'm gonna be taking a bit of a break for a few weeks, and I'll see you in January. So if you want to watch more of my videos, don't forget to look at the playlist that is located on the front page of the channel, and there is a tab called videos on there. If you click on that, you will see the entire collection of the videos I've made. So I hope you're gonna have a good time. I hope you're gonna try that punch to really get your party started, do a bit of dancing, a bit of positive mood. I know some of you are gonna be still maybe stuck at home. If you can get a few ingredients, even if you're just 1 or 2, it's still a good way to enjoy. And we all hope that 2021 is gonna be a better year. But best wishes for all of you. Thank you very much for this year again, to have continued watching the channel. It's been tremendous growth and tremendous interest. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the patrons as well that's been supporting me all along the year, all along the journey, and all the students that have subscribed to the school we started. It's been a phenomenal success, and we're really gonna keep on going for 2021, and with plenty of cooking to come. But as always, if you want to drop me a message, use the comment section, Instagram, #FrenchCookAcademy. And as for me, I'll go enjoy my Christmas, my New Year, and I see you all next year. Take care all, bye-bye.